do you think of guided meditation? Do you feel that's type of hypnosis as well?
I think they are the same. I would not say yes, it's hypnosis. It's similar concepts, but I think they all have different treatments, but it's the same treatment, similar, I would say. Yes, with hypnosis, we actually guide the patient, the client, what they need to do, how to relax. When I say counting down from 10 to 1, so your visions, your steps down, going down the stairs. The reason we like to go down the stair is when you up here, your mind's up here. Then as you go down, further down, you go deeper and deeper into trance. Into relaxed trance, you're supposed to go deep. The deeper you go to a sleep stage. But you don't want them to go sleep. That's why you try to talk to them. If you don't talk to them, they literally will go down to, they will snooze.
I can believe that.
Yeah. So when you interact with the persons, you guide them. You try to make sure they are safe, actually. They will not see something that make them panic. Sometimes people who have a problem with their childhood,
Mhm.
we have to find out before we start the process. Just like when we do acupuncture treatment or any Chinese medicine treatments, we have to know what's the patient's background. We don't want to introduce something that is not good. So what I witnessed that probably some people never realize that people who have childhood problems, it could be their parents. People who neglect that maybe think, I think this person should vision their parents because parents always keep them safe. So if that person introduce the clients, okay, your parents is with you. Oh, they make a big mistakes, especially if the dad's an abuser. You just literally put the parents or the dad into the lady's mind. So that's kind of causing a major problem. But then when you have this kind of major problems, you have to able to bring the patient into a safe zone, which make the patient or the client to relax. If they don't relax, they woke up from the trance, all that negativity energies, all the emotional bad experience will be hang over for them for for a while. Could be weeks, months,
Mm.
until the person get help.
What most normal people think is being relaxed is not relaxed. Um, there's a concept in Tai Chi called being song, and it's the idea of a relaxed state. It's very difficult to get into because what you consider relaxed really isn't a pure relaxation state. A great example, people who hold their arms up when they do Tai Chi, they'll do some, I'm trying to get at the picture to see it. We'll do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
What you can't see here are my shoulders are so tight that my
Uh-huh.
elbows are hanging out
Mm-hmm.
to the side. In a more relaxed state, your
Then
elbows
things.
drop.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of tightness in people's body that they just can't let go. Now, falling into the next step there is they can't be relaxed because they're holding on to something. Now, more or less, it's generally just the stress and the stressful events.
Right.
This can be from family, this can be from work, this can be from, again, childhood experience. It could be something that just happened recently, whether, I hate to bring this up, whether it's a car accident or even just a fight with somebody out on the street. If they knock you the wrong way, there's a lot of negative emotion that comes with
Mm-hmm.
it. You can't become relaxed because that is all being held. Even when we treat people with acupuncture, you should be resting on the table or at least resting for 15 to 20 minutes before you have acupuncture. The reason
Mm.
being is even the trip from wherever your house was to the acupuncturist is stressful. It's doing something to your
Mhm.
body. You want your body to settle down first before you start doing any of the work. Now, I can see that again in the hypnosis side of things. You don't want any of that stress. You don't want any of those negative emotions
Mhm.
being hung there first. You want the patient to relax. But now you're also getting to a point where they're saying, yeah, I'm relaxed. But they're sitting there like this, and it's hard to say, no, you need to relax. Yeah, I am relaxed. This is the way I always am, and that's really hard to work with as well.
For the hypnosis, we call it relaxation techniques. It's real better to say it that way than hypnosis.
Again, many things are the same too. You don't even have to say
No,
hypnosis.
the
Yeah.
the thing is why I said that because a lot of people when hear the word hypnosis, they have all that negative feeling
Yeah.
about the treatments or really it is relaxation techniques we're using. But our imaginations, our minds is the major weapon we can use for our treatments. Like for acupuncture, same thing. If you had the will to get help, to accept the acupuncture treatments, then you get better results. But if you don't like it, you're thinking it's BS. In any, I think medical practice, you don't like the doctors, even though he's the world number one surgeon, it's
Yeah.
not going to help. So our mind is important.
Oh yeah.
So with the relaxations techniques, people will tense up. Mm, You cannot do it first time, maybe. You maybe have to come a couple time sessions. Same thing with our treatments in acupuncture. If people who have chronic problems, first time treatments, don't expect too much
Yeah.
results. So we try to make the minds try to tire some the mind. So one of the technique is that you imagine that your arms is attached by anchors or steel beams. So imagine try to pull it up. It's so heavy. So for guided meditations and hypnosis, it's something we talk to them. We make them imagine, okay, you will have the chains on your arms, wrist, and it's pulling you down and down. So every time you try to lift up, it's getting so heavy. Why you want to lift up heavy things? You just want to let go because you're so tired already. So when you say you are getting tired, you try to relax. So you actually let your body go if you want. Most people who want to get help, they want to relax.
Yeah.
If they want to relax, if they don't, they will not come to see you. People who really want to get relaxed or deal with stress and problems, they definitely already telling their minds, oh, I need help. So they try to cooperate with us. I have patients who, when I treat needles, are like, you're not relaxing. I can see your arm is like very tight.
Yeah.
I'm like, relax. Then they moved a little bit down. I was like, that's good. Okay, good. You start to relax a little bit more. That's great. It's good for the treatments. I will not talk too much or say you need to relax more. This is not how you relax. But that is their degree of relaxations. It's better than nothing, really. They come a long way. Even for a little bit relaxations, the more treatments the person's following up with, they get better and better. It's sometimes like a normal to them. That's how they relax. Like it's everyday lives. They don't know how to relax. This is their norm. So for us as a practitioners, we have to be patient too. We help them, guide them. I told all my patients, I'm not the healer. You are. I only a guide. I really only a guide. Why? Because the only person who can heal is themselves with the right mindset. We cannot change someone's mind. If someone don't like you, we cannot help that person. But I always say I'm a guide. I don't. I'm not a miracle worker. You are. You're really. You help yourself because the first steps to help yourself is to admit you have some issues. That's why you go to seek help. People don't come to see us for no reasons. So then we try to work with the patients or the clients. It's not easy, but what can we do? Because we're not them. We don't know their background too much. I have patient whose husband is in chronic stage of the kidney problems. Then he got the liver problems. I'm all I can do to help them relax. Some stuff we cannot really help that much. But if we can help the patient to relax, forget about how to treat patient with the pain and stuff. The major thing is if we're able to bring the patient stress from level 10 down to 9, that is great work already. Because later on, if we go down and furthermore, number one, the minds have to relax for the treatments to start. That's my theory. I've seen patients who's able to relax, they get good performance with their treatments.
Okay.
Mm.
Getting people to relax, as you mentioned, is a gradual process.
Mhm.
It's as you have mentioned that you can only be a guide.
Mhm.
Now, mind you, there are some things that you can do to help, whether it is the relaxation process, using massage, acupuncture needles,
Mhm.
all of those do uh, great wonders on the body to help at least ease some of the muscle tension. The mind follows the body and the body follows the mind as well. If your body is always tight and stressed, your mind will be as well.
Mhm.
And yes, that's where as I mentioned earlier, you want the patient to become relaxed before you start working on them.
Yeah.
And they should feel more relaxed after the treatment. Just a little bit. And that helps. And yes, some people won't see great change within the first couple of acupuncture sessions because they're not used to it. They're not used to seeing what it's like to have less stress on the body. And I've seen it in a great many people that came to me for pain, back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, arm pain, foot pain, wrist pain, neck pain, any type of pain. And you have to remember that if your body is extremely tight, the blood can't flow
Yeah.
through the vessels. In doing so, you're restricting your own blood flow. So you're hurting yourself. And again, you going to a specialist, whether it is an orthopedic or a chiropractor or a physical therapist, is a good step in being able to treat what you have your issue with. But when we start talking about stress, this something that's not physical, that's something that's a little harder to do because now you're going into what the main cause of it is. Is it from work? Is it from some traumatic event? Something like that. In which case, my question to you is what can some people do as a relaxation technique?
I like to tell my patients to watch a comedy show, laugh it out. Because when we have so much things in our mind, we're so stressed out already. But if you're able to laugh, you tend to forget what you stressed about for a moment of time. But if you do laugh, it's a great thing. I think laughers is joy. Joy is goes
Yes,
to your heart. That's why I think if you can calm the heart,
Yeah, we're talking about five element theory
Yeah.
here.
So laughing, I tend to use a lot, even when they have pain. Watch a comedy, forget about your pain. When you watch, I do like some show that I will like some comedy shows, definitely, or movies. When you're enjoying, then you're laughing about it, you tend to forget. That's just another type of hypnosis trance by watching movies. Sometimes when we eat popcorn snacks, we don't realize, oh my goodness, everything's gone because we are in a trance. So laughing is a good thing. Watching a show, you can laugh. It's very different feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, in the same vein as most people would say, it's doing something that brings you joy, something that
Hmm.
makes you happy.
Hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, for some people, that also means eating a carton of Haagen-Dazs as well. You know, you get into a trance and then all of a sudden it's gone. But that's more of a comforting thing. That's not
See,
really
that's
a
why I think in
relaxation.
watching comedy shows and movies is the best way. So I try not to engage them in some kind of food, which will
No,
change.
that's something else. That's
Mm,
when we talk more about doing something that brings you joy, that could be going to take a walk on a summer's day or going to the beach and sitting, and just enjoying something that you find will normally calm you down.
actually, the beach. It's amazing that you mentioned it. A lot of people love the beach.
Yes.
That's how they really want actually to feel comfortable. When I ask them what's their favorite place of relaxation, I have to say 90%. I cannot say 100%, but there are beaches that they mentioned the water, the waves, the seagull, the suns that are beaming down your face, the warmthness. Those are real nice descriptions they to use for them to relax.
Yeah, the sound of the waves as well. One of the things that I do at work is
Mm,
I have two 15-minute procrastination breaks. That it's union approved. So what I do is
mm.
the beach is literally right down a couple of blocks away from where I work. So
Oh
it's
no.
very easy to take the 15 minutes to walk, right by the water and then turn around and then go back. The only problem with it is it gets really cold down there during the winter.
Hmm.
So the last time I took a walk there, I had a great amount of cold wind blowing in my face. So it wasn't really as enjoyable as it usually would be.
That's not relaxing. Hmm.
No, that's definitely not relaxing. But I will say on a more calm day, even on a warmer day, it is very relaxing and it is very easy to go, oh, it's time for my break, and then get up and go. Even if you had people yell at you, even if you had, I'll say, customers that come in and beat you down, you can always take that 15 minutes just to get up, walk away from your desk, and just settle yourself.
Hmm.
And you really shouldn't be thinking about all the negative stuff that happened. Leave it at your desk. Go enjoy yourself for a little bit first before it's going to be there when you get back anyway.
True. Yeah, that's so true. Why you bring it with you when it's still there? True to that.
Segueing into something else is many people have a fear of their work. They have
Mm.
a fear of something, and most of them have integrated it into their lives. They're almost afraid to leave it as well.
The fear is actually number one. Uh, in my point of view, that's hold us back. If we don't have the fear part, wow, we can do a lot of things that we can accomplish.
Mhm.
When we were little, our minds were pure. we had no fear. When we tripped, we fell, okay, we stumbled, but we got up. We stopped running again. We still laugh about it, we smile about it. But now for us, current age, we had to think twice. If we tripped and fall, we have broken bones everywhere. Then we might think, oh shoots, if I get hurt, I'm unable to work, I'm not going to bring home the bacon. There's so much things the fear is getting our way, really, even for the treatments or even for relaxations or even hypnosis the treatment. Fear is the major factor. If we don't have that fear, yeah, you could be anything you want without fear, right? Sometimes I cannot do a lot of things. I do have fear. I don't show it, not a lot, but I do hesitate because of fear. Communication is number one. I don't, sometimes I really don't communicate that well. I try my best. I try to push my fear aside, but this year I have a lot of things going on, so I have to really talk to a lot of politicians to seek helps for our future acupuncture professions in New York.
Mhm.
I really don't like to talk to those people, really. It's because I don't have any comment and I know that I'm just a minor person. It's like I had that fear in the past. I'm like, okay, I'm not that type of person to go mingle with networking stuff. But then I had to try. But if I don't have the fear in the past, oh, I could be a lot of things I wanted to do. Or become a surgeon too. Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna put a different spin on this.
Mm,
If we didn't have fear, I think it would cause a bigger problem than being able to do anything. From a, please excuse me for saying this, from a Taoist point of view, having fear is okay. It's not letting the fear control you. If the fear controls you, that's something different. Having normal fear is fine. It's a
yes.
protection technique. Running as a kid, falling and saying scraping my knee, that really isn't fear. You know, we don't, even as a child, we don't think about it that way. And even I don't
Yeah.
think about it that way. Fear to me, like an actual fear, is a fight or flight situation, you know, which is more extreme. We're talking about being held at gunpoint or knife point or being within an area that's, at war. That is an
Yeah.
extreme type, and your body needs, I'll use adrenaline to
Mm.
keep itself going, but it can't do it for long periods of time. You'll get what do they call it? Adrenal fatigue, I believe.
It's a good point.
Uh, and again, I don't know if people will agree with me on that. We all have our own point of views. We even all have our own
Yeah.
experiences with this.
No, we definitely have to have fear in life because that's part yin and yang, like you
Yes,
said, for the Taoist.
correct,
If
correct.
we don't have fear, then we don't have how is it, bravery, right? Or something like
Yes,
we cannot have absolute anything. We have to balance out. Yeah, if we don't have one of the other, it's not part of life. Just like when I always tell patients, if you're always happy without sadness, then what is happiness? Because you got nothing to compare. So if you have some sadness, then you can compare, oh yeah, this is happiness. So you will know the happiest time. God, yin and yang, what Chinese theories were amazing, really. Yeah, everything what we learn in life, everything's as a whole, really there is yin and yang. to it.
Well, when we're talking about emotions, uh, we're going a little deeper into the yin yang theories, specifically more of five elements, because that's where the emotions really show. That's where we're seeing sadness, joy,
Joys and
grief. Happiness is the heart.
which is joyful.
Sadness is the lung.
Grief. Oh, it's grief. Is
Yeah,
that
grief and
kidney?
sadness.
No,
No,
which one?
kidney is fear. Kidney
Oh,
is fear.
kidney spear. Oh, yeah, right. Kidney spear.
So liver is anger and
Hmm.
spleen is worry. And
Okay.
they all, and I'll probably put it up on the screen when we do it, but they all connect to each other.
Yeah.
They're all in the, but again, I'll probably just cut this out and it won't matter anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in to Point to Point podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. We love hearing from our listeners. So if you have
Yeah.
any feedback, suggestions, or questions,
Interesting.
feel free to reach out. We appreciate your support and we would love to connect with you. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and remember, inspirational quote here. Thank you for being part of our podcast community.